what's going on, all you heavy metal freaks out there? Hey, do me a favor, grab a handful of marbles and stick them in your mouth and try and say the name of this song that we're about ready to do here. Corporal Jigsore Quandry. You can't do it because the marbles will fall out of your mouth. You can't do it. But it's from the Necroticism album, and we are doing the band Carcass. We're doing Carcass today. I'm a fan. I jumped on board with the Heartwork album, Buried Dreams, the first track on the album. I submit this to you, a challenge. Hit the first song on Heartwork, and when you hear that guitar riff come in, it will make you say, I need to hear this whole damn record. Because that... It's just absolutely amazing. And we are doing this for Tank Suffers 666. Today, Corporal Jigsore Quandry. I'm not too familiar with that album at all because I jumped on it Heartwork. I did see Carcass live. It was on the Heartwork tour, and they had Life of Agony opening up on the River Runs Red album. So it was an amazing night. Long story short, Jeff Walker tried to go upstairs at this club because one Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield came into the club up the stairs. Their big goons blocked off the way up the stairs to the pool tables and everything, and he was saying, hello mate, I'd like to go up there and see the Metallica fellas. And they says, well, you ain't going up. So, and that was the same night I had words with Lars Ulrich. You can find videos about that. Look up anything that I've done about Metallica or something, and somewhere along the lines I've mentioned it. Anywho, for Tank Suffer 666, we're getting into the song. What do? We learn about this band Carcass, and then we listen to the song. Does it sound like a plan to you? I say let's go for it. Carcass, they have 209,271 monthly listeners to the Spotify account. Top 5 jams. Surprisingly, Buried Dreams isn't on here. I thought that would for sure be in the top 5, but you got Black Star, 3.9 million plays. Unfit for Human Consumption, 1.8 million plays. Heartwork, oh shit, it's just a different album cover. 8 million plays. Oh, that's not even the song I'm thinking of. It's just a song called Heartwork or something. Keeping on Rotting in the ... I don't know what that means. 2.6 million plays. They put out a brand spanking new album in 2021 called Torn Arteries. And that song, Torn Arteries, is right here in the 5th slot at 585,000 plays. I've yet to dive into that album, but I'm looking forward to it. What is this? I was just seeing a tour date here that says Metallica, Guns N' Roses. They must be on some kind of a festival type of situation. Let's look into albums and see what these guys have released. They go way back. They go way back to the Napalm days and the Godflesh days and the old days before old Barney Greenway was singing in the band, right? You got Reek of Putrefaction, 1988. You got Symphonies of Sickness, that's 1989. I've heard some of that. Necroticism. Or necroticism, pardon me. That's where this song comes from. Necroticism, 1991. Heartwork, Ultimate Edition, 1993. Swan Song, you got Wake Up and Smell the... Surgical Steel, I remember when that came out 2013, pretty good record. The Earache Pill Sessions, John Pill, he pimped a lot of old school metal bands back there in England. Surgical Steel Complete Edition, and the brand spanking new 2021 album, Torn Arteries. Now we're going to look into related artists, and I'll tell you, if Napalm Death, Godflesh, and who else isn't in the related artists, I'll be, I don't know. I won't be anything, but whatever. You got Obituary, amazing classic. Deicide, yes. Entombed, we just did Entombed in the first listens last week. Morbid Angel, bow to me faithfully. Bolt Thrower, yeah, great band. Malevolent Creation, all of them. Napalm Death right there. Vader, another amazing band. Vader put out a record just a few years ago that I absolutely loved. Terrorizer, there's some grindcore for you. Pestilence, we've done them on the first listens. Autopsy, Suffocation. So there are the artists for the band. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into that bio. And you got an image here, and it's for, I'm going to say, spry elder fellas. And they are still in good spirits. You got Bill Steer there and Jeff Walker and crew, and they're just leaning over. They're saying, Shane, get in the huddle, man, because we're going to go drink some beer and break some windows. Ferocious and uncompromising in their execution, Carcass's ability to intricately dissect the innards of death metal, well, that's a great line, and display them for us to sonically understand has been their point of excellence for over 3 decades. Last December 2019, the band released their first single in over 5 years, Under the Scalpel Blade, followed by a 4-song EP entitled Despicable. October 2020, setting a potent precedent for the full-length album to come in 2021, Torn Arteries, with the album title itself referencing an old demo created by original drummer Ken Owen back in the 1980s, back in the 80s. Torn Arteries sits as a bookend on the modern side of the Carcass discography, connected directly back to where everything began over 30 years ago. I would have never known that. Would you? Did you know that? Now you do. You don't even have to say I gave it to you. You could say, oh no, I knew. Shane had nothing to do with it. Yeah, he did a video on that, but I knew already. Okay? There's 2 of these albums here, and I don't want to get the one that says remixed. I don't like that. I like it when it's just the damn thing that it's supposed to be. So it is that time. What should I call you? Tank Suffers? Tank? Can I call you Tank? I'm a tank, I'm a tank. We're going to do this for you right here, right now. I apologize if this is a bit more long-winded than usual. This is the magic tit. You want a taste of it? You want a lick and a suckle? Well, you're going to get it. I give you a taste, I take a taste. We listen to Corporal Jigsore Quandry from Carcass right now. You a fan? Let's find out. Maybe you become a fan right now.
Identifying the bodies which are decomposed, dismembered, skeletonized,
Okay.
in this department where a body has been found in pieces or decomposed, and we've been able to put things together.
Yeah, then upper part of the body that they've stored.
Here we go. Don't be alarmed. This is the album right before Heartwork. Burped. I do like that guitar tone, the bass tone. It's almost like they dial it up to 10 on the next record. It's a good riff. That's a noodle fest right there. Is that Bill Steer doing a... It's like Chuck Schuldiner or something. This riff right here, you can hear something happening with that Heartwork album. Like the sound of those bass drums too. It was like the early 90s, like in Florida, when they started to figure out double bass tones. It's an interesting riff. Anytime you get to like a slower thing like this, I always think Slayer, you know, it just goes back to... I should go listen to this record some more. I don't think that I've ever listened to it. Definitely heard the title of it, but what's this guy going on about? Symposium of Sickness. Another talking bit where a guy's talking about some cray-cray stuff. Yeah, I don't think that I've ever sat down and listened to that record. I think I went from Heartwork up. Which is not much because there was a big gap in time there, right? Or did they kind of change their sound a little bit? I know there was a lapse in time there where it's like, well, they're not doing what they used to do, but now they're back to doing what they used to do or something. Maybe those albums that are not directly after, but kind of late 90s, to early 2000s or something. But what say you? You might say, Shane, you're full of damn shit. I had people call me a poser. You're a poser, bro. Well, I don't know everything. That's what this is for. It's called a first listen because I listened to it for the first time. So I'm not familiar with all of everything that we ever do. And that's really key to this video because I care about what you guys do. See, what I do is I get in the comments below. I read your thoughts and opinions, your information, your stories, your wikis, your dissertations on the band. And so I learn oh so much more about the artist than I ever could have. And I believe that I've given you a little nugget as well that you didn't know about, okay? So what do you think? Good, great, fantastic. I'm a huge fan of Carcass, Shane. I have to tell you, from the first album to the last, I love everything they've done. I like old Jeff Walker and Bill Steer. I think they're great fellers. And I'm just a massive Carcass head. That's what we call our little team, is the Carcass heads. And we go bowling and stuff, and we listen to Carcass. All-time favorite album, all-time favorite songs, and tell me about your experiences seeing Carcass live. Did you see them with Life of Agony? That would have been around 90, I don't know, 5, 6, something like that. So tell me about those experiences. Have you ever met those guys? I'd love to know that too. What was the experience like for you seeing them live? You ever done a stage dive, or did you get in the mosh pit for them? Tell me all about that. Or you could say, not good, not great. Shane, I didn't like all the growling and screeching and screaming. It scared me. I don't want that kind of thing. The music was okay. You can tell they're talented, but it was still too heavy and dark, and they were probably talking about cutting people's innards out and all sorts of disgusting stuff like that. I don't like that. I like songs about sunshine and ice creams. And so I'm going to go listen to that now and be done with your video. All of that can be put in the comments below, don't you know? If you have a hard rock, a heavy metal special request, and you're saying, bye, Joe, I'd like to see it on there. Simple, easy. Hit one of those links in the description below. We'll get it on for you in your honor with thumbsy upsies to you. Or you could put it in the comments. If you put it in the comments, and I saw this from Tank Sufferer 666, was a comment that he put on my my Jive Talking with Shane Diablo podcast that I put out every Saturday, which I frown upon the requests in there because I read people's comments about the episode past that we did of Jive Talking with Shane Diablo, and but this one snuck through, so we did that one for him. But get in those comments and tell me what you think of that. Okay, swing it out, loving you so damn much.